Welcome back to our Day Zero coverage for Attack on Titan Apocalypse, everyone. Before I get into the Day Zero build, though, I just kind of wanted to do something I don't do very often, and if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, would you please consider clicking that subscribe button for me? I recently took a look at my analytics last week, which, if you're a budding YouTuber, don't do that, you'll make yourself sad. And it's something like over 60% people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, and it would just really help boost the channel a little bit, get it out to more people, and have be easier to find for newer players. So if you guys can just help out with that, like, comment, subscribe to help boost the video in YouTube's algorithm so that more players can see these things, and I can help spread the word of Universus to more people. But with all of that out of the way, let's get into Eren Yeager Usurper slash Attack Titan Finale. They are a 5-hand size, 36 health character with Chaos and Fire as their symbols, Survey Core and Titan as their traits. We have Enhance your attack, so only playable during your own attack. Mill 3, add 1 Fury or Titan card milled this way to your momentum. So not to your hand, you get it to your momentum. And then as a response, after an attack deals damage, your rival commits 1 foundation. If you have cycled this game, draw 2 cards and transform Eren Yeager. And when we're on our Titan side, as a static, all of our Fury and Titan attacks gain stun 1 and 3 damage. Now we saw that as an enhance on Bertold Hoover 1 way back in Battle for Humanity. But now it's just a static. All of our Titan and Fury attacks gain stun 1 and 3 damage automatically. And as an enhance once per turn, we can spend 1 momentum to add any Titan card from our discard pile to our hand. So what does Eren slash the Attack Titan want to do? Well, we want to cycle our deck at least once in order to transform. We want to gain a bunch of momentum, which we can then turn into any card we want into our discard pile. But what's really cool, and I talked about this on the Universus podcast, so if you are not subscribed to Universus on YouTube or following them on Twitch, please go do that. I join them for a podcast every Sunday. We did a tier list ranking where we rank competitively and for pre-release all of the Attack on Titan Apocalypse characters. And I made the comment that you could play Eren if you didn't want to play him like cycle through your deck as fast as you can and then shift or transform. You could play him as a bulky 5-hander because that response says after an attack deals damage, not just your attack. So if you take damage from a partial block or you did some damage reduction, you can force your rival to commit their stage, interrupt their turn, and then if you draw some good attacks, just backswing people. And he could be a very good counterattack character, just because of how that response works. So let's see what we did for Day 0. We're going to start with Pulverizing Punch, a 6 difficulty, 3 control, 5 high 7 with a 1 high block, Fury, Punch, and Titan as its keywords. As a Blitz, we mill 3. This attack gets +1 speed for every Fury or Titan card milled this way. We may spend 1 momentum, and if we do, we get to play this Blitz a second time. So that you will have to activate that Blitz again. So it's Blitz, mill 3, spend a momentum, Blitz, mill 3. It's not just you automatically mill 3, so the second one can be cancelled if they didn't for some reason cancel the first one. So if we Yahtzee have the momentum, we could mill 6 cards and get up to 6 speed. Because this doesn't say Titan or Fury attack. And you will see there are some non-attack cards with either or of those keywords. So this can get really fast, really quickly. And 7 damage is just solid. We have Unrelenting Advance, a 4/3, 2 mid for 5 with a 2 high block, Powerful 2, Fury, and Titan. Powerful 2 meaning as an enhance we can spend any number of momentum, and from each momentum we get +2 damage. As a static, this card cannot leave our card pool during the combat phase, so that's pretty cool. And as a response, after this attack is blocked, we get to mill cards from our deck until we mill an attack, and we get to add that attack to our hand. So this is usually free damage. unless you're putting up like double digits, your rival's likely just going to take this so that you don't mill and pick up another attack, especially in a mill-based character like Eren. We have Swarmed by Titans. This is a 5/3, 5 high for 5 with a 1 high block. Breaker 1, Deadlock Stun 2, and Fury. Deadlock Stun 2 meaning as long as our rival has at least 11 foundations, we get access to the Stun 2 ability. Stun 2 is an enhance that forces our rival to commit 2 foundations, which really works with our counterattack strategy. Breaker 1 means if we block with this card successfully, we can use the response of Breaker 1. Our rival's next check gets -1. Pretty good defensive ability there. And as a Blitz, our next check gets +X. X equals our momentum +1. So if we have no momentum, we're at least getting +1 to our next check. But if we play this as, say, our second or third attack and we have, 3 momentum thanks to Eren, we can pretty much guarantee our next check is going to pass. Excuse me. Ugh. It's my last can of Dr. Pepper Blackberry, and it's so sickly sweet. Hey, algorithm things, comment your favorite Dr. Pepper flavor down below. Mine right now is cherry. We have Attack Titan's Outrage, a 5/3, 5 mid for 5 with a 1 mid block and the Fury keyword. Blitz, discard 1 card and draw 1 card. Simple, just some simple cycling. It does technically get another card out of our deck so we can cycle faster. And as another Blitz, if we have cycled this game, this attack gets +3 speed and +3 damage. So if we've cycled, this becomes an 8 mid 8 with stun 1 and another 3 damage. So an 8 mid 11, stun 1 on a 5 diff. If we cycle and transform, this card is incredibly dangerous. We have Ruptured Driver. This is a card you don't see played too often. It's from the female Nomu, woman, her kit from Girl Power. It is a 5/3, 4 high for 5 with a 2 high block, Fury, and Punch. Enhance, remove 1 card from your hand. This attack is +2 speed and +2 damage. Fun, just a bit of stat boost there. Enhance, mill 3, your rival spends a momentum, so a bit of momentum hate. And enhance, if your character has the Nomu trait, draw a card. We don't have the Nomu trait, so that doesn't matter. But this is a card that mills us and can get rid of our rival's momentum, and if we need to tack on a little extra speed and damage, we can. We have Flashfire Fist Hell Spider, a 4/3, 3 high for 6 with a 2 high block, Fury, and Ranged. Enhance, mill 2. Your attacks this turn get +1 speed for the whole rest of the turn, including this card. But if we've cycled this game, our attacks also get +1 damage, so a bit of symmetrical stat boost there. So that's pretty good. And lastly, we have Fiery Vengeance. This was a cool card I wanted to add. A 5/3, 5 mid for 5 with a 1 low block, Fury, Punch, and Powerful 4. Response, lose 2 health. If this attack resolves and it was completely blocked, remove it from the game, and your rival loses 2 health. So if our rival completely blocks it, it clears itself out of our progressive difficulty, and they lose 2 health, and that can reduce them to 0. So pretty nice there. But we also have this response, spend 1 momentum. After we mill any number of cards during this attack, after we mill an attack from the top of our deck during this attack, we get to add it to our hand. So if we play Fiery Vengeance, and we mill 3 with Eren, let's say we hit an attack, let's say we hit 2 attacks. We can add one of them to our momentum, and then spend that momentum to pick up the other attack we milled. And if we have, well, we do have down here 1-man Inferno, so we mill 1, our rival mills 1. If we mill another attack and we have another momentum, we can use this 1 card to stockpile a bunch of attacks, which is really good as a 5-hander. And because it's milling, we're going to see the attack, so we can choose whether or not we want to pick them up. So it's a really cool utility card. It's got Powerful 4 to really punch that home if we don't want to mill and pick up attacks. If we're, say, on our transformed side, giving it stun 1 and 3 damage, and we just want to dump a whole bunch of damage onto it, we have that option too. And it's got that fun little self-clearing utility. Alright, on to our non-attack cards. I did not choose any assets or backups for this deck, but I do have some actions. First, we have In the Lead, a 1/6 with a 1 mid-block and the ally keyword. Enhance Remove, reveal 1 momentum, add it to your hand. This attack gets plus X or minus X damage. X equals the revealed card's block modifier. Now, normally we're going to want to pick up attacks. And so we're only getting +1 or +2 or -1 and -2 damage. But think of it this way. -2 damage, we get an attack in our hand. We take less damage, we commit one of our rival's cards. This is kind of working with that counter-attack style of play that Eren could definitely work with. Filled with Doubt, obviously, like I said, there's going to be at least 2 of these in every day 0 build that I build. It is probably the best action in the set, if not one of the best cards in the set. 2/5, 2 mid-block response. After your rival plays an attack, seal it. Sealing a card means it loses all of its abilities and cannot gain abilities. And there are just so many good blitz abilities, enhances, responses. There's ways to add more abilities to other attacks. It's just a very critical defensive piece. And cheekily enough, I decided to add Where All Paths Converge. This is a 6 difficulty action with a 6 control and a 2 mid-block. But as the first form, so the first thing you do after drawing up to your printed hand size, name a keyword, mill 5. Add all cards with the named keyword from among the cards milled this way to your hand. All of our cards have Fury. So we play this on a 6, name Fury. We mill 5, and we get to pick up every Fury card. Now, if we pick up, 3 or 4, unless we've got some momentum and one of them's a Swarm by Titans, we might not be going in that turn, but we're setting up. That is an incredible power there. And like I said, there are some cards with like the Titan keyword that are foundations. There's a Fury foundation here, so it's a really good setup card to where it's like, okay, maybe I drew, Where All Paths Converge and 4 foundations. I'm going to play Where All Paths Converge, call Fury, pick up some attacks, build out my foundations. Maybe play 1 attack as a poke so I can mill, try to get some momentum. But you see where I'm going with this. It's a really good setup for the next turn card. Onto our foundations. We have Protective Encasement, a 4/5 with a 1 low block and the Titan keyword. Enhanced Sacrifice, your rival's next attack this turn gets -5 damage. We want to take some damage, but we don't want to take a lot. So we can partial block an attack after using Protective Encasement, so we can try to guarantee that we're committing as many of our rivals' foundations as possible, while still taking as little damage as possible. We have Young Warrior Candidates, a 3/5 with a 3 low block. Form Commit, add 1 card from your momentum to your hand. We're going to be adding cards to our momentum with Eren, so we can just pick those cards right back up and just add them to our hand. We have Command the Founder, a 6/4, 1 mid-block, unique and Titan. Unique meaning we can only have 1 in our stage at a time. As a form, we commit this card, add 1 Titan card from your card pool to your hand. So after we play Pulverizing Punch, we can pick it up and play it again. Same with Unrelenting Advance. So let's say we pump this up to like 7 damage, and our rival just takes it. They don't block it. Well, cool, I can Command the Founder, pick this up, play it on a 4 again. Not only do I get to mill again, to maybe fuel its powerful to bump it up to a 7 as well, but now are you going to take 14 damage? Or are you going to let me mill until I get another attack? This also works for, Pulverizing Punch and Unrelenting Assault. So maybe Command the Founder ain't that great, but it's good where it counts for these two. I see that I made this mostly Fury, so let's actually cut that down by 1. Because it's cheeky, but, not overly necessary. We have Planned Coup, a 2/5 with a 3 mid-block. Response, Sacrifice, so destroy this foundation. Mill 3. After your attack deals damage, draw 1 card for each non-attack milled this way. So if we deal damage, either by an unblocked attack or a partial blocked attack, we sacrifice this and we mill 3 foundations, we get to draw 3 cards. That's pretty good. We have Shared Memories, a 4/5 with a 2 mid-block. Enhanced Commit, mill 2. Add 1 card milled this way to your hand. But if your rival has 10 or more foundations, add both cards milled this way to your hand. This is a very powerful defensive piece. Since we are a 5-hander, we have limited hand size. If we have no cards in our hand and our rival has 10 foundations, this says Commit, draw 2. That's incredible. We have Moment of Normalcy, a 2/5 with a 3 high block. Unique, which means we can only have 1 of it in our stage. Enhanced Commit, return this attack to its printed speed or damage. This can be used offensively or defensively, just a very flexible utility piece. Inspiring Song, this is a fun one. A 1/6 with a 3 mid block and the spell keyword. Enhanced Flip, mill 3, choose a player. That player's next check gets +1 or -1. So we can mill 3 and give our rival's next check -1, either on our turn, so it's harder for them to block, or on their turn, so it's harder for them to kill us. Or if we're trying to string or block, we can give our checks +1. And it's a 6 check, which is really nice. Radiant Visage, a 1/5 with a 3 high block. Enhanced Flip, mill 3. Your rival spends 1 momentum. So it's a little bit more of that self-mill momentum hate, which can really help keep your rival in check. We have Chaos in the Streets, a 2/5 with a 2 low block. Enhanced Spend 1 momentum, mill 1. This attack gets +X or -X damage. X equals the difficulty of the milled card. So if we mill and all paths converge, that's + or -6 damage. That's pretty good. We have a Father's Sin, a 1/5 with a 4 mid-block and the Fury keyword. Response, after you play this card, mill 4. If you mill 2 or more attacks this way, draw 1 card. This is mainly just a mill more, try to force us to cycle as quickly as possible card, but it works. We have Survey Corps' Salute, a 2/4 with a 2 mid-block. Enhanced Flip, this attack is +3 damage. If we have cycled this game, it also gets +3 speed. So +3/+3 is pretty good. We have the Manipulations of Yeager. Enhance mill, this is a 5/5 with a 2 mid-block. Enhance mill 1. If the milled card was a ranged or a Titan card, add it to your hand. And like I said, we only have the 2 Titan attacks, but we do have some Titan foundations as well. But it's also just like a mill more. And Deadlock Form, Flip. Add 1 ranged or Titan card from your discard pile to your hand. So there's a bit of deadlock. We can just pick up any Titan card from our discard pile, which is pretty good. What are we sitting at here stats-wise? 61. Let's knock that down to a 1 as well. So we'll have an even 60. Next we have Unbreakable Cheer. This is fun. A 2/4 with a 2 high block. Response Flip. After we mill 1 or more cards, we get to add 1 of them to the top of our deck. So if we mill with any of our self-mill stuff, we can guarantee the next check that we have by placing 1 of those milled cards on top of the deck. Isn't that fun? And finally, One Man Inferno, a 0/5 with a 3 low block. Enhance, we mill 1, our rival mills 1. So it's going to push us through to cycling quickly, and it's going to disrupt our rival's deck a little bit. But that is Eren Yeager Usurper / Attack Titan Finale. I think this guy's got a lot of potential to be a bulky damage reduction 5-hander that can just backswing just on his front side. If he transforms, more power to you, you're gonna kill people. But I think this guy's front side is still a force to be reckoned with, considering you're always getting momentum on your attack, usually, unless you just mill no Fury or Titan cards. But he can set up really well, he can force your rival to commit down on their turn, and then go into his turn just ready to ball out and just run right over people. I was never excited for any Eren character yet, but I think this one's one I'm going to experiment with. He's kind of just right up my alley. I love these kind of pole position characters that try to control the flow of the battle and then pivot whenever I need to just unrelenting rage. But let me know what you guys think of this Eren, and in the comments below, what character you're most excited to see in Attack on Titan Apocalypse, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.